I want to start today's teaching in Psalms 23, and that's a very familiar passage. Many of us have learned this as we matriculated through Sunday School 101. Every baby learned this growing up. The Lord is my what? Shepherd. I shall not. But verse 2 is so critical. It says he makes me to lie down in green pastures. Verse 2, watch this. He leads me besides the still waters. This series has been a blessing to me. I don't know about you. I come alive seeing people come alive. It was Howard Thurman who said, don't ask what the world needs, but rather ask what makes you come alive and do that. For what the world need are people who have come alive. Give me $1 million, I'ma shout, but I don't come alive receiving. I'm one of those people that even if you give me a gift, it's hard for me to receive the gift because I'm already excited about what I can do with the gift. Even on my birthday this year, everybody was cash apping me, and I had so much fun hearing my cash app go out. Pause, I want to parenthetically digress. Ain't that one of the best sounds in the whole world? Who am I preaching to in here? You can be me. You know what, another thing? Hey, look at God. Look at God. I had so much fun. But if you really want to know the truth, so much of what was given to me, I literally got excited. Literally sitting on the floor, sending random people I did not know $25. I just came alive, man. I do stuff like that. My old cell phone number, 586, and I leave the rest of the 4 out. Every year I just call it. Every 2 or 3 years I just call it and wait for a person to answer the phone. I'm like, hey, what's up? God told me to tell you I love you. He's praying. I just come alive seeing people come alive. I mean, maybe it's the way I was raised, maybe not having a lot. Sometimes growing up, you kind of condition your mind that you don't need stuff. That's just me. Even as a kid, I would take 50 cents. I was with Revelation Missionary Baptist Church, was my dad's church. I would go to all the deacons after Sunday school and ask for 50 cents. And because I was the pastor's son, all of them would give me 50 cents. That would come out to about $4. Then I would walk to the gas station right there on the corner in Kingston, and I would pass it out to everybody at the corner. Every Sunday morning, I'm probably 11 years old, all the winos, everybody would be in a line waiting on me to turn the corner. And I would get that, because you got to remember, millennials, you don't have a clue what I'm talking about, but my old folk know back in the day, 50 cents would get you some chili cheese chips and a pig feet from the store. Am I preaching to anybody? If you had $1, you could get a Faygo, some chili cheese chips, and a pig feet, and you set for the rest of the day. Hear me? So I would be at the corner store just passing out my change. To this day, my dad tells the story that I would go to the store, pass out the money. He would walk behind me and take it back. I had no idea. I was recycling blessings for 3 years. He would just give it back to the deacons. They would give me the same 50 cents every week. But for me, I come alive. I even see it in my kids. My son Mason, I took him to the football game Friday, and I see him walking in the game with a blue Barry Spain Park hoodie. And I'm like, hey, what you got going on? He was like, one of my friends wanted a hoodie. And before I knew it, I was like, I bought you that. That's your hoodie. He's like, yeah, but one of my friends. And I got ready to check him. Couldn't say nothing. He got it honestly. You feel me? He kind of came alive. Hey man, my dad got me too. Here's one for you. Then I saw the little kid throw the hoodie on. I was like, man, look at my son, man. Giving, man. Giving. I just come alive helping people. So for me, in this particular series, I am coming alive seeing people almost like the light bulb go off, that there were other names that you didn't know. You feel me? There are other names that you didn't know. It's almost like meeting somebody when you grown and their name is Thomas, or their name is Keisha, or their name is Victoria or Michael. Then all of a sudden somebody, y'all out at lunch, and somebody, Noonie, Ray. And then you kind of look and all the professional get knocked out of them. You know what I'm talking about? The whole day. Yeah, we got to make sure we get these reports in by Tuesday because we got to make sure everything is clerical. Then it's like, Noonie, what fool? See, their response was because the person who called them by an intimate name. Michael, you missed your first point of the day. What am I trying to get you to realize? Let's just play devil's advocate. Everybody in the room shout God. Okay, let me show you. So if everybody in the room shouts God, what's going to make you stand out? Yeah, So if and I'm just playing devil's advocate because I know God can heal and he hears every cry and every prayer. I'm just playing devil's advocate so you can understand it in a simplistic way so I can bring it from antiquity to modernity, put it right here in plain sight so you can see it. If everybody's shouting your name, your government name, then you hear somebody call you by something intimate. Something in your spirit says, who said that? It's almost Michael, thank you God. That's theomusis on the spot revelation. That's almost the equivalent to Jesus being in a crowd and everybody reaching for him or grabbing him. Then out of nowhere, he turns around and says what? Who touched me? The touch was different. Michael, what I'm trying to get you to realize is while your whole circle complaining, your name gonna be different. You know, I just need God to do something in school. Hold on. Jehovah Rapha. Or, here's the name, we learned this the first week, El Roi, which means the God who sees me. That's so critical. The God who sees me, which means if I'm feeling inferior, if I wrestle with insecurity, if I wrestle with depression, if I wrestle with not always being recognized or overlooked or undervalued or marginalized, God sees me. If I never get any credit, God saw me. That's for 6 of y'all who are frustrated because you've been doing so good for so many people, and it seems like the people you do the most for are sometimes the most disrespectful or the most dismissive. Who? Put this in your notes. Do you do for love or do you do with love? One of the greatest shifts in my life was understanding that I no longer do for love. Well, maybe if I pay off the school system this, the city will love me. Or maybe if I get my family this, mom and them will appreciate me. Then when it did not come, I felt worse. So I am in a place in my life now where I don't do for love, I do if they never give it back. See, I don't borrow. If I give you something, it's yours. Because I don't want to have to wait. Because if you say you're giving it back, I'm going to be sitting there like, where is that? I'd rather just do for El Roi, the God who, Jehovah Jireh, the God who provides, Jehovah Sabah. You had to be at church last week. The God who fights for you, Jehovah Shalom, the God of peace, Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. Do me a favor, right here, cameraman. Can you hit this screen right here? This is my confidence monitor. Go back one, Leslie, if you don't mind. I want you to see this, because if you can throw that on the screen for me, Dre, and everybody at home can see that, you can switch to that. I want you to pay very close attention to my notes right here, because I want to make sure I'm teaching you right, okay? Do you see what it says? The God who sees, the God who provides, the God who fights, the God of peace, the God, you can come to me now, who heals. That's so important to me, because if you just say Jehovah Jireh, my provider, who is mine? No. Because last time I checked, I can provide. The devil provides. Ooh. The devil provides. If the devil thought paying your bills and getting you a promotion would get you out of God's will, he would provide that. No, Pastor Mike, I'm believing. I'm Jehovah Jireh. My God provides my man. Sometimes you don't know who provided it till it's too late. So what am I trying to get you to realize? It is the God. Somebody shout the God. That is so important, bro. That is so important. That is so important when we live in a world, and I cannot wait till it gets a little colder. I preach with the seasons. When it's hot, I'm going to do something fun. When it's fall, I'm going to do something kind of educational, because we're all getting back in school in that mindset. The moment it get cold, it's going to get real deep. I'm finna do almost like a black theology, a study of the Bible. We finna dissect so much stuff you're seeing, because you're on TikTok, you're hearing certain things, you're seeing certain things, your friends, your homeboys telling you shouldn't believe this, and nobody's saying nothing. No, I want to be an apologist. That's a $2 word, which means defender. Apology, apologetics, to defend. I want to be a defender of the faith. And the problem is, most of us, it's hard for us to know his name when we do not properly know who he is and what he does. I want you to catch this. Most Christians are never taught that it's one thing to be saved, but it's a completely different thing to be led. He leads me besides the still waters. That's critical, because in church, for the most part, they only tell us to be saved. He only tells us to be saved. I want to free you. Okay, do me a favor. Let's dream. Can we dream? On the count of 3, I just want you to dream. Okay, if I had the music, it'd be like TV where it's like, okay, so on the count of 3, we're gonna dream. Ready? 1, 2, 3, dream. You're sinking. You're in water. You're in the ocean. Help! Help! I'm drowning in depression. Drowning in debt. I'm drowning in emotions. I'm drowning in my past. Then all of a sudden God says, I'll save you. And he throws you a life raft. Boom. You get on the right life raft. You're saved. What's next? What's the use in pulling me out if I'm not going to submit so he can take me too? Did you catch that? Because here's the problem. If he pulls you out the water and then you say, God, I got it, and you go 100 miles in the wrong direction, you're still in trouble. Many of you don't realize how critical the next 3 months of your life is because you're comfortable. And because you're comfortable, comfort mimics safety. Michael, comfort mimics safety. Y'all missed what I just said. If it started raining right now, who would get wet? Nobody. Because you're comfortable. You are safe, comfortable. But if a tornado comes, I can't guarantee your comfort. Because the size of the storm determines the level of comfort you need to be in to require safety. And what I'm trying to get you to realize is most of us are saved. We don't know how to be led. God saves us to rescue us from the enemy. He leads us to guide us to destiny. So if you're going to take good notes today, I want you to put this. In your notes, put saved equals rescue. Led or leads equals God. So when he saves me, he rescues me. When he leads me, he guides me. Did you catch that? When he saves me, he rescues me. When he leads me, he guides me. When he saves me, he saves me. Okay, this is so good. So you got saved equals what? Rescue equals my enemies. I'm finna mess the church up right here. Because here's the part of the sermon where I'm supposed to say, because you got so many haters, and you got so many enemies, and you got so many devils, and nobody wants you to win. No, let's not do that. Some of the biggest enemies is you. You want to know why this struggle you're in feels so desperate? It's because you're fighting against God rescuing you from your wants. Just because you want it don't mean God got to condone it. Oh my God. So hear me when I say this. He leads us. Lead equals God equals destiny. Wow. Destiny. So watch this. And I want to free you real quickly because here's another name of God that we never speak of. Exodus 20:5. I want to read it to you. Thou shalt not bow down thyself to them, nor serve them, for I, the Lord thy God, am a jealous God. We never talk about stuff like that in church. We only want to talk about overflow, breakthrough, and blessings. For I am a jealous God. Jealous God. What is the name for that? Shout it loud, Leslie. Kana. 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 Q-A-N-N-A. Put that in your notes. Q-A-N-N-A. Kana. Kana. That's another name of God that we omit and do not know. Kana. What does that mean? For I am a jealous God. So can I free you? Let's stop playing with this. God is jealous over you. See, every sister should have really said amen. Because y'all, every sister who don't play about, you know, you don't play about yours so much. You say stuff like, mine. Let your man sing your picture. Mine, all mine. That's me right there. You don't play. You don't play. If he get a haircut, you don't even want him to leave the house. What you walking around with a haircut for? Who you trying to impress? This is me. He don't take selfies. You take selfies. He take ussies. Because you want everybody to know when it's mine, it's mine. And God says, that's how I feel about you. What you mean I brought you out of all that trouble just for you to go back and listen to them? Come on. I'm a jealous God. You mean to tell me when you didn't have nothing, I was making sure you eat, now you got this promotion and won't even talk? So I ain't asking you but for 10%, yet you'll give 100% to somebody who you know ain't nothing? I'm a jealous God. You mean to tell me when you were down to your last, I came through every time, to this day, to this day, to this day. You don't know how you came out of the last trial you was in, and the first thing you did was call your friends? You weren't even qualified for that job. Me and you both know you was lying on that application. Talking about you know how to type 85 words a minute. There's no good well, you can't even text right. And here it is, I got you the job. And the first thing you do is post about it. I do not want exclusivity. I just want priority. God is like, go tell your friends, go tell your mama them, go celebrate with your circle. But when you gonna take back and say, God, I thank you. I am, it's right here in the scripture, Exodus 25, thou shalt not bow down, be led by any other God. Any other God. All right, can you do me a favor? Spell God for me. Big G, big O, big D. Next to it, put little g, little o, little d. Now, here's something that we're scared to teach in church because people take it and run with it, but I'll never lie to you. I'll never intentionally lie to you. If I learn something different and see where I was wrong, I'll come back and correct myself, but I teach from where I am now. Is that fair? All right, so hear me. What is man that thou art mindful of him, the son of man that thou think of him, that I've created him a little lower than the angels, little gods. I'm going to mess you up. You are a God. Little g, little o, little d. Who serves the God, big G, big O, big D, which is why the devil can't stand you. Because the devil, when he collides with earth, nobody was in charge. When him and a third of his angels were kicked out of heaven, he comes to a realm where there's no supervision and gives himself the title Prince of the Air. If nobody's here, why not call yourself king? It's because it was known there was a space waiting for you. God's frustration with you is that you are bowing to something that's beneath you. So God becomes overly frustrated with us because he's saying, how in the world are you bowing to what should be under your feet? I've given him dominion. What did he tell Adam? I'm giving you dominion. Rule, reign, subdue. That should have told the church up. Rule, have authority. Reign, don't let nothing come against you. Subdue, keep everything under subjection. And God says, my problem ain't the fact that you ain't ruling, because all y'all kings and queens. My problem ain't that you reigning, because I see you winning at the level you winning. My issue is how you ruling, reigning, but won't take authority and subdue. This is why we are raising a generation of Christians who always think they need somebody. Well, I ain't got nobody to pray with me. Pray for yourself. The same thing in me is in you. You just need to take hold of your authority. And God said, I made you in my image. Am I preaching to anybody? In my image. In my image. But the problem that many of us have, I hope you catch this, sadly most Christians are attempting to live their lives saved but stuck. And we're saved but stuck, hear me, because we're stubborn. Wow, we're stubborn. Watch this, PMJ. Who's ever been wrong but refused to admit it? I'm gonna take you home. I know y'all tired of me already. I know y'all, this ain't what you want. No, Pastor Mike, take me back to the fight for me part. No, he wouldn't have to fight for you so much if you would let him lead you in the right direction. Half of the fight he does for us is because he's having to come get us out of stuff that we should have never been in the first place. Watch this, stubbornness. Watch this, stubbornness is to worship your own opinion. Stubbornness, am I helping anybody in the room online? Stubbornness is to worship your own opinion. The word that the Bible uses to describe stubbornness is stiff-necked. Stiff-necked. Call my name, call my name. I'm stubborn. It's that Batman. Only my fellas gonna know what I'm talking about. Batman, strong as he is, can't move his whole body. His head. Batman can't do this. Joker. No, Batman, Joker. Stubborn is to be stiff-necked. So obedience is to be loose. So let's do this deductively. Something happens, I can look, keep moving. To be stubborn means every time I move, I take everything. Everything. So this is why it feels like all your stuff under attack. Because the root of it was stubborn. Do you see that? Look at the effort it takes. Because I'm stubborn. And when you become stubborn, watch this, an unteachable person creates unmovable problems. Michael. See, to be stubborn, unchecked stubbornness made Judas shift from being just bitter to a betrayer. He was stubborn. Why is that important, Pastor Mike? It means that it's impossible for me to change my ways of seeing stuff. The root of stubbornness is pride. Pride will make you fight to be right instead of being well. Sit there for me, Leslie. I'm stubborn. I ain't moving. Yeah, I know I'm wrong, but they got the right one. I'm stubborn. God been told you to step out on faith. Been told you to do something, but you determined to do it your way. Stubborn. God been told you they weren't it. But you so hell-bent on making it work that now you are asking God to fix what he already told you was dead. Stubborn. Unchecked stubbornness made Judas shift from being bitter to a betrayer. Judas betrayed Jesus because he was stubborn. His bitterness kept morphing. If we're not careful, unchecked stubbornness will make us progress into unhealthy versions of ourselves. So the question I got to ask yourself today is, what area of your life are you stubborn? I ain't moving. It is what it is, Michael. It is what it is. No, I'm right. At what cost? At what cost? At what cost? That when we lay you on this altar and sing you back to glory, we're going to be able to stand here and say, hey, y'all, they were right. So nobody at their funeral, because they were hell-bent on being right. When sometimes you have to choose righteousness over right. God says, watch this, it's hard to lead you when you're stubborn. Put this in your notes. This may tear the whole church up. God is a leader, not a dragger. Come here, Mace. God is a leader. Come here, Mace. Thank you so much. Not a dragger. See, God says, I'm finna lead you, buddy. I'm finna lead you. You ready to go to another level? You ready to be what God called you to be? Can I trust you? Can I trust you? And God says, let's go. And that's what God does. He leads. God leads. What are you doing? Huh? What? You did what? And see, the problem is, that's the problem. I thought from 13 to 33 to 73, what you thought gonna have you stuck. God said, I'm trying to lead you. Like, brother, you got to follow me. Look at me. I'm make you in my image. Do you feel me? I got you. I know they're going to be calling you. I know the world wants you. I know that little girl wants you. I know all this stuff is going, but look at me. Don't have no, I am a jealous God. If something happened in your in your life, who you going to call first? Who you going to talk to first? Put me first, baby. You can have all that. Look at me. All that over there, you can have it. But all I'm asking you to do is listen, put me first. I'm gonna lead you, okay? So when we walk, she gonna be cute. That's gonna look expensive. That's gonna be fun. They gonna say you a church kid. They gonna say you crazy. They gonna make fun of you. But if you just let me lead you. I never told her when we was leaving. But he understands the safest place. In the safest place. The safe. And see, I'm trying to get you to realize your life would be a whole lot more peaceful if you would just let God. That's all we doing. Lead you, buddy. Let me lead you. What school you want to go to? You want to go to Clemson? Full scholarship. I love it so much, baby. But we're going to go over here to Alabama, okay? Come on, let's go to, let's just trust me. We gonna go to Alabama. You got me? But I really wanted to go. Trust me. See, you don't have a clue because I'm ahead of you. So the person you think you're gonna play for, they gonna end up with another job. You're gonna be there and not even want to see where you want to work. Well, they say they're gonna pay me this much. Everything ain't about money. I gotta be where the provision is. I gotta be where God. Okay, new word. I need an alarm that go off whenever I'm finna give y'all a new word, like new word, new name of God, Jehovah Shammah. Y'all missed your shout. Jehovah Shammah. That means the Lord is there. The Lord is not just here, he's, which means who got a job interview this week? Anybody? Before you leave your house, girl, you gotta shout Jehovah Shammah, which means he already at the place making a way for me. Somebody ought to shout Jehovah Shammah. Now keep in mind, I'm done talking to him, but I never dismissed him. And many of you can't be led because you're so spoiled that if God ain't doing this, you won't listen to him. And I'm trying to get you to a place where you realize the safest place to be is where God is leading me. So look, because I want you to see right there, God ain't a dragger. God ain't a dragger. He's not a dragger. Just follow me. Now do me a favor, mates. Can you sit down for me? Can you sit down for me? Thank you so much, buddy. And now this is what most of us look like. Come on, I want you blessed. Come on, bro, please. Come, how many times I gotta come get you? It's okay. It's okay. Miles, can you come in for me real quick? Run, buddy. Come in real quick. It's okay. I can't lead you because you're a baby, but it's cool. So I can just carry him. He don't know no better. Stay right there. He don't know no better. He a baby. He just got saved. He just got in his word. He new in Christ. So I don't mind carrying him. My issue is, here you is 35. Talking about some. Here we go. I know you're not going to leave him. Let me just carry you out there. How long God got, come here. Both of them are made in my image. Both of them got my DNA. Both of them got my name. Both of them don't get the same treatment. Because of his immaturity, I will carry him. Because of his maturity, I want to lead him. Now I gotta be balanced. Jehovah Rohi, the Lord is my shepherd. So I want to lead him. But God says, I love you so much that even at this state, I'll carry you. See, I want to be balanced. See, because if I told you God won't carry you, you'll leave here thinking, no. Hear me. Super saved, super anointed. You go through seasons where you just don't have it. And God says, you know what? It's cool. Come here, buddy. Oh, you get heavy. Oh, I got you. It's cool. I got you, Doc. Oh, so proud of you. It's all right. We all fall down sometime. I was in the garden one time, bro. And I was just crying. Because I looked in that cup, I ain't want to die like that. And they said, Jesus, well, but I had to get my mind together. So I don't mind carrying you for the season, you feel me? I just don't want this to be normal. You good? You good? Okay, so I just don't want, but you see, he don't know what to do. He distracted by the light. He see y'all. He trying to see who can see him. But I'm trying to, and I just want to lead you because I will carry you. You got me? I will carry you. Can I ask y'all a question? But for how long? Who don't mind helping somebody you love? All right. Who don't mind helping somebody you love, but at a certain point you'd be like, well, all right now. You shifted from a blessing to a bill real quick, didn't it? Who am I preaching to? So does that mean you're not a good person? No. What does that mean? There's a time frame on your patience. Clock. Somebody shout clock. You want to go sit down? Yeah. You want to stay? Look, clock. I want you to put this in your notes under clock. Watch, hourglass. The mark of maturity for a Christian is understanding what to place on which clock. So if I put a clock on the screen right now, if you look at your watch, it goes like this. So subconsciously, if I put my blessing on that clock, I think it'll always be here. You know, I think it'll always be here. But if I put that same blessing on an hourglass, is he grittying on stage? He just said, they think we saved. I need you to go sit down. Thank you so much. This fool gritty on stage. Hey y'all, we saved. We don't let our children listen to nothing. He thought he was praise dancing. He was praise dancing. You can tell he got big brothers, don't you? He gritty. But clock is always gonna be there. Hourglass time is what? Running out. How long he gonna drag you? How long he gonna carry you? Does every season of your life require a miracle? Does every lesson require a whooping? Michael, hear me. What I'm trying to get you to realize is an unteachable person creates an unmovable problem. The problem in your life will never move because you're unteachable. So although God removes the problem, you recreate it. Some of y'all are fighting the same battle he's already delivered you from because you keep unteachably picking the same stuff. I'm talking heavy today, y'all. And what I'm trying to get you to realize is whenever you have a need, he has a what? Name. And God has a name that will break your stubbornness. Now, give me 10 minutes and I'm going to get you out today. A name that will break your stubbornness called Jehovah Rohi. What does that mean? The Lord is my shepherd. This is mind-blowing, but what is often overlooked is not so much what David said, but when he said it. Who knows David was a shepherd? He didn't say the Lord was my shepherd while he was in the field. He wrote this when he was in the kingdom. When he said the Lord is my shepherd, he said it from the throne, which leads me to know that even in leadership, you should have a desire to be led. Did you catch that? Even in leadership, you don't ever reach a place in life where you're unteachable, unmoldable. He wrote this from the kingdom. The king who leads everybody says, don't show me who you're over till I can show you who you're under. Every leader needs a leader. Every pastor needs a pastor. Every boss needs a boss. Do you feel me? The moment you get to a point in your life when you cannot be led, that is an admission of stubbornness. You are now making a subconscious or maybe an unknowing statement that I have all the answers. Jesus. He says in Psalms 23 verse 1, look at what it says. The Lord is my what? I shall not. It is as if he's acknowledging that his progress in life has to be attributed to leadership other than his own. He's a king, but listen what he says. The Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. What king has wants? Look at what he said. He said, in other words, he's telling us everything I got ain't because of my leadership. It's because of his leadership. In other words, there is no way I should be where I am based off of who I am. David is saying, the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He does not say this from green pastures. He says this while he's sitting on the throne, which lets us know that even though I'm a leader, I need a leader. And he's saying there's no way I can be where I am because I know who I am. Michael, which means the picks that I made and the decisions that I made weren't because I was brilliant. It was because I was being led. Y'all sleeping on me today. David said, when you check my history, I should not be in my destiny, but he was leading me. Michael, this is why, who loves Rock City Church? Do you know why Rock City Church was birthed? In 2008, I'm playing basketball. I'm shooting basketball, hit a dude with a hezzy, crossover, Euro step. I Euro step around him in the air. I hit a 360 layup, right? This dude jumps out of nowhere, knocks me on the ground. When I hit the ground, I hear a pop. I tear my ACL, okay? They rushed me to the hospital, torn ACL, all this stuff. So I'm now with a brace on, can't do nothing for about 5-6 weeks, okay? I just had surgery. I'm headed to the doctor's visit, and we go to the wrong hospital. Don't quote me on the name, but I think it was St. Vincent. We were supposed to go to St. Vincent. Some kind of way we went to the hospital in Bessemer. I don't know the name of that one. The hospital in Bessemer. We go there. They're like, no, you're supposed to be at another one on the other side of town. I get mad because my leg's hurting in the back of the car. I tell dude, pull over. Will. I tell Will, pull over at this exit right here. I just need to stretch my leg. It's hurting real bad in the back seat, okay? We pull over at this place called the Fairfield Civic Center. I had never been there in my life. We pull in the parking lot. Holy Spirit says, start the church here. Wow. At this point, I'm 24. Don't have a clue what to do. But I heard, if I ain't never heard God, I heard God. And from that moment, I never would have picked Fairfield. I'm from the Ham. Nothing in me would have said go to Fairfield. But being birthed in Fairfield put me next to Miles College, which lets me meet people like Rod, who lets me meet other people. So he was leading. Hear me. I think I can write beautiful songs. I think I'm a great songwriter. I think Amanda's a great songwriter. I think Kurt is a great songwriter. I think Terrell's a great songwriter. I think Rod's a great songwriter. But none of us could have planned big. Randomly in church, he led me to say, and it's gonna be big. Then one night at Bible study when none of y'all was there, we was having fun, and he led Terrell to say, I got it. Then one day in Jacksonville, Florida, when I had to go to a performance, I thought I was supposed to do 2 songs. I get there, they tell me I'm in concert. I ain't never been in concert in my whole life. They look at me, I ain't got but big, and I got it. They look at me and say, you got an hour. Out of nowhere, I shout, I remember when, I remember. He led me. See, what I'm trying to get you to realize is that everything that people praising makes me look like a genius. But the only reason I'm doing it is because he leads. And what I'm trying to get you to realize is the reason you ain't seeing half of the blessings that you really could have is because you think you a genius. You think you smart. You think you cold. You think that little degree you got is the thing that's going to shake your whole life. You better thank God for your degree. Thank God for your experience. But until God breathes on it, with the right degree, with great credit, with a perfect background, if he don't lead you, why pick when he can lead? He led me. I used to play football in that field back there in the back. We used to come over here and play football. Then out of nowhere, I was like, man, whatever happened to that building that we used to go to when he led? Everything in my life that is worth any value was because he led me. Now, I want to free you. Once he leads you to it, you got to nurture it. You got to grow it. You got to put that degree and that swag and that creativity on it. But what I'm saying is, don't waste your time watering something that he didn't lead you to. Can I ask you a question? Even in your relationships, did God lead me to you, or did I just find you? You ever been driving and found something and like, oh, I didn't know that was right there? You just bumped into it? Maybe you sit next to a bump into. No, the Lord, God, the Lord, God, the Lord, God. The word is powerful. Some testify of his past experiences, i.e. Duncan Campbell. The Lord was my shepherd. Some only plan to get close to the Lord in the future. The Lord will be my shepherd. But David says the Lord is my shepherd. What does is mean, Pastor Mike? What does is mean? It means right now, the Lord will care for you. And right here, you don't have to go nowhere else. So that one word is powerful. When I say God is, he said, no, I'm right now and I'm right here. Right now. Even when you look at the names of God, God provides. It don't say the Lord provided. Even the names of God are present tense. Shepherd. The Lord is my shepherd. Jehovah Rapha, God my healer. The God that heals, not the God who healed. I still do it. Michael. Jehovah Rohi, which means the Lord is my shepherd. Can you put this in your notes for your pastor? Am I boring y'all? means when you say Jehovah Rohi, the Lord is my shepherd, it's three things. He's a present God. We're going to break down this whole sentence and I'm going to go home. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. Are y'all ready? Oh, there it is. There it is. The Lord is, that's present God. My shepherd, personal God. I shall not want, providing God. That one line is enough to preach. Keep that right there from me. That one line. So when you say this week, I want you to know what you're saying. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. And see, church, because we only talk about that one line when we need some money, we limit God to being financial. He know what I want. No. Some of us, it ain't that deep. No, money gonna come, money gonna go. I just need some peace.
Yes, God.
The Lord is present God. He's present. Bro, listen to me, man. He's present. He's present. No father in your life, no real friends, whatever you want to call it. Father in your life, but you're still kind of finding your own way. I'm telling you right now, he's present. Right here in this moment, he's present. He's present. He's present. He's present. My shepherd, personal God. He's my personal savior. And I think we need to do that better. And see, in black church and white churches, there's so many comparisons we can make, you know? Like in black church, I think we tend to make God more corporate. And white church, sometimes I think they make God more personal. You know what I'm saying? So what I'm trying to do now is conflate. I've had opportunity to sit in so many different styles of churches. So in black church, everything is about us. Has not God done for him? He made a way for us. Because most of the time we're having to preach. In every part of black church, it's preaching for the most part. We can't even just sing a song. They have to set it up. Listen, I don't know about you, but the Lord is good. His mercy endures forever. Has he been a good daddy to you? Has he been a good mama? Let's go. You go to the other church, they just start the track. Boom. You're a good father. Even if the music dope, they don't have to do much preaching. That's also because of our historical backgrounds. Most of us found God in plantation fields. So it's so many historical. I studied black church theology at Ashland Theological Seminary. Also studied some more at Yale Divinity, and these cultural dynamics that impact the way we see God. See, somebody who had a good daddy and somebody who had no daddy view God differently. You know, so when who had a great daddy say God is a good father, I envision how my dad never missed a football game, never missed a basketball game. If I call him right now, he can be up preaching somewhere, and if they look at him and say, Mike just called, he will walk off the stage and drive over 100 miles an hour because he loves his babies. So when I say good father, I see that. Versus somebody who maybe never had a father, they probably have a vision of what God. So all of what you've been through impacts how you see God. So you can't run from your past. You cannot run from what you've been through, because what you've been through impacts how you see God. So when I say the Lord is my shepherd, many of us don't shout when we say that. Oh my God, I'm finna run. Many of us don't shout when I say the Lord is my shepherd, because ain't none of y'all ever been in a field. Ain't none of y'all finna run behind no sheep. Ain't none of y'all ever had to fight off a wolf. David is the king sitting on a throne, and when he got ready to testify, he pulled from his past experience. He said, the Lord is my shepherd. Why did he say shepherd? Because he thought about every lion he had to fight. He thought about how he was walking his sheep, and out of nowhere he heard some in the bushes, and a wolf jumped out. He didn't have time to be scared, because a real shepherd realizes if he gonna get my sheep, we both gotta die. So he's sitting there like, no. He's thinking about the one time he got home and he was counting his sheep. 96, 97, 98, 99, 90, 90. Y'all keep them, I'll be back. Because he leaves the 99 to go get the one. So he's preaching from experience. So when you say the Lord is my shepherd, that's personal. He's my God. He's my, if I could black this whole room out and it was just a light shining on you, that's how much God loves you. He's like, no, I'm your God. Yeah, I'm everybody God, but no, forget them. Forget them. I'm your God. I am your God. The Lord is my shepherd. Well, here it is. I shall not want. Not only am I present, not only am I personal, help me God, but I provide. I don't run out. I got overflow. It ain't nothing for me. You over here crying about stuff that he's sitting there looking. Hey, let me free you real quick. When you get to heaven, you're going to trip because my gates are pearly. Streets paved in gold. In my Father, I'm going to say this slow and you're going to catch it. In my Father's house are mansions. Whoa, you missed it. In my Father's house are mansions. You missed it. In my Father's house, your house got rooms. His house got house. I don't think you missed what I just said. So imagine when you get in his house and you open a door, it opens a door. Every door in his house is the front door to another house. In other words, he's telling you, stop tripping. I'm finna have church. I don't run out. That the same God that came through for this side got enough to come through for this side, got enough to come through for this side, and everybody watching online, because the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not. Let's go home. Let's go home. Let's go home. Watch this. Watch this. So what am I trying to tell you? Let's go home. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still water. I'm going to do this in 6 minutes and we're leaving. You ready? Watch this. If we're going to stop being stubborn, here's what we need to do. Trust God's pace. Trust his pace. Pace. Trust his pace. Cadence. God's pace. That's his pace. That's his pace. Your entire life is on a metronome or a rhythm. If something happens to you, they check your pace. They check your pace. What do they call the heart thing or what? Pacemaker. Pacemaker. They check your pace. When you get on the freeway, they tell you, you can drive, just stay at this, within this pace. You feel me? Everything in life is a pace. It's only when it comes to God we won't hit. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you a question? Yes. Talk to me. I'm that friend that if you don't text back fast, it's over. It's over right there. No, speak up. So hear me when I say this. Can I ask you a question? Yes. What would happen if the flowers that were supposed to bloom, if the what would happen if the flowers that were supposed, why can't I just say this? What would happen if the flowers that were supposed to bloom in May bloomed in December? Here's what you would do. You would go outside and be like, look at God, and shout. And in 2 weeks, they'll be dead. You want to know why? They're not ready to endure the environment. Who getting married next year? Anybody? Not by faith, but by reality. Okay, right there. Okay, cool. 70, I was like, God is a marriage maker. No. I don't know that name. I don't know that name. All the fellows like, don't do it, Pete. Don't do it, Pete. Don't do it. I speak by faith. Like, no, hey. So let me free you. So what if, since you're so ready to get married, and I want to have an outside wedding, and my bridesmaids gonna have this, then the groom's it's gonna be outside. It's gonna be beautiful. But then you'll be like, well, God, I want to do it in January. So now you walking down the aisle. Don't nobody come. Like, she done lost her mind out here, 20 degrees. They don't even like each other for real. You know, because it's out of season. Trust his pace. Maybe it hasn't happened yet because the stuff it needs in order to survive ain't ready yet. He doesn't ask me to lie down. The text says he makes me lie down. Every parent give me a what? All right, so Miles' room is next to the kitchen, all right, so Miles' bedroom is next to the kitchen. So when we put him to bed, everything in the house has to stop. It has to stop. I'm telling you, all the rules change with him. Xander, Mike, Mason, ain't no TVs in the room. Rooms are for sleep. Rooms are for sleep, and I'm saying y'all ain't gonna be watching nothing, because when I was young, we used to be watching certain stuff, then we hear footsteps, we click that button to go back to a regular station. Oh, so y'all gonna play me like that? You know what you used to watch at midnight on BT? Nelly. Then the moment you hear your mama do this, you press that button, and all of a sudden that man on TV, I'll speak by faith, God's gonna give you $1,000. And your mama like, my baby down there listening to the word. No, you wasn't. No, I was not, no TVs in the room. Then Miles came along, and I ain't got time to sit in there with him all day. This boy got TV, Netflix, Disney Plus. He got every app possible. So I had to put him in everybody else's room. Like, look, y'all get y'all TVs too? Like, hey, Miles changed the game. If I get hungry at night, it's an adventure. You walk through that kitchen. You try to open it, then the refrigerator make that sound. He open it up like, oh. All of a sudden you just hear a voice say, who is that? Like, dang. Now you got to go in there and talk to him. What's up, buddy? Don't turn that light on. All right, you want anything? He got a Sprite that he gonna open. He ain't ever gonna drink all at once. That Sprite probably lasts 3 days. He go in there, go in the refrigerator, get that Sprite, take a drink, go back in his room, mind his business. It's hard trying to make him go to sleep. He maketh me to lie down. It's hard trying to make him. I keep having to go in his room. Then he just walk. Randomly walk. No matter what's trying to go down, he just walk. Dad, no fair. Why Mason get to stay up? Why Michael gets to stay up? I don't get to stay up. It's not fair. It's not fair. All night. It's not fair. I'm trying to, Miles, you gotta go to bed. You don't like getting up in the morning. I'm gonna do good. Are you sure you're gonna do good? Yes. As soon as morning comes, it's a fight. So at night I try to make him. He maketh me to lie down. Whenever you see ETH, that's continuation. So when it says maketh, he said I have to continually make you lie down. Which means you keep trying to get back up and stay down. Lie down. Versus like yesterday when they have a flag football game, then I play with him outside, then they play football, then he play football downstairs, then he run around with his brothers. Out of nowhere I walk downstairs, he on the floor, knocked out. No cover, no pillow, no bed. His activity knocked him out. And that's how many of you guys are. You try to be so busy and you equate being busy to being better. And God is like, I'm trying to give you peace, but I got to get this done. Some of us admit that we may be too busy to be better. I got a word for 7 of y'all, myself included. Slow down. Wow. I make you lie down. Listen to this, in green pastures. Green pastures are equivalent to not worrying. So if God has to make you lie down in green pastures, what he's saying to you subconsciously is you worry too much. You worry too much. I lead you beside still waters. You work too much. Green pastures equal peace. Still waters mean no work. Okay, let me free you real quickly. Water. Somebody say water. When you got ready this morning, you looked in the what? Mirror to make sure everything was what? In place, right? Right, in place. Water is a representation of mirror. When you look in the water, you're supposed to see yourself. Many of us can't see us because the water too busy. So we get lost in what we think we should be because we can't see who we are. So when he says still water, still waters, I can see. If it's something in the water about to attack me, I can see it coming. But when the water is busy, the path ain't right. Number 1, trust God's pace. Number 2, trust God's path. In the path of righteousness for his name's sake. There's often tension between where we want to end up in life and the path we choose to get there. I love Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, lean on and understand all the ways, acknowledge him, he shall direct your what? Path. Put this in your notes real fast. I'm going fast. A straight path is a shorter path. If I go from point A to point B, that's shorter. If I go to A, B, C, D, E, F, shorter path. It prepares you for further, faster. God's response to our prayer is divine direction. That's a phrase you might want to put in your vocabulary. God, grant me divine direction. Be my spiritual GPS. Admitting that you are wrong doesn't make you a wrong person. It may mean that you took the wrong path. That was heavy. See, some of us don't want to admit we're wrong because we equate being wrong to being a wrong person. No, you just took the wrong path. Now, I'm not mean. I just took a path of anger. So what I want to do is admit I took the wrong path to the solution. I could have came to you and just spoke to you directly and we had an adult conversation. But because of what I've been through in the past, the path I took was anger. So I'm not an angry person. I just took a path. I'm preaching today, man. So hear me when I say this. Number 3, trust God's protection. Yea, though I walk through the valley of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. The solution in the valley of the shadow of death is Jehovah Rohi. That means you are with me. The Lord is present. You're here. You're now with me. So I want to free you real quickly, because sometimes when you walk through the valley of the shadow of death, you call God to fight. And God is like, ain't nothing to fight in here. It's shadows. What's a shadow? Just the reflection of something, which means there's a sun or a light somewhere. You don't need a fighter in a valley. You need a shepherd, somebody who's going to give you direction. God's presence brings his protection, and God's protection releases peace. Do I need to say that again? God's presence brings his protection, and God's protection releases peace. When we stop, we experience verse 5. So when you let go of stubbornness, you experience verse 5. I feel God. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup. Let's talk about this real fast. You prepare. Who is the you?
God.
The shepherd. The shepherd prepares a table in the presence of my enemies. He anoints my head with oil. Why would they put oil on the sheep's head? Because the sheep ate grass, which means his eyes will be filled with dirt, dust, and insects. If I put oil on his head, the dirt he gets in rubs off. So I anoint your head so your vision won't be blocked. It's hard to have vision with dirty eyes. So the shepherd anoints your head with oil so your cup will run over. I speak overflow over every person's life in this room and on this line. Can you lift your hands in the room, overflow and online? Father, as we lift our hands, we ask you to be our shepherd. We ask you to be our shepherd. Guide us, lead us, direct us. God, I repent publicly for every place in my life where I was moving without your confirmation or without your consent. God, because I'm creative, because I'm intellectual, because I've been around the world and sometimes I think I know what's best. So God, sometimes I don't even pray. I just make decisions. Well, that's the logical decision. That's the money decision. That's what I've been doing church so long. This is what we got to do. Or I've seen this before. So this, God, from this day forward, I'm not doing nothing without you. Nothing without you, God. I know there are going to be certain times I have to make quick decisions. I ask that you guide me and prepare me now for those moments. God, I lift up every father in this room who's trying to provide, who's trying to be a protector, who's trying to be the priest of his home, make an example for his children. Help him to realize that although I'm the man, I'm a boss, I'm a king, it's me, I need somebody. So God, in this moment, teach us, as strong and alpha as we are, to submit to you. I pray for every woman in this room. God, sometimes we say things like strong woman, strong, independent woman. That's a beautiful term, but don't let our strength and our independence be absent of you. God, let us realize that yes, and sometimes I have to be hard, I have to be strong, I've had to be independent, I've had to take care of me, I've had to protect my heart, but I don't have to do that with you. So God, in this moment, This is not a word just for women who are married. This is a word for every believer. Help me to be submissive. Because God, a man who cannot submit to authority will be abusive in authority. A woman who cannot submit to authority will be rebellious in authority. So God, in this moment, from the male and the female, help us to be submissive. God, help us to be men who don't mind submitting to the will of God, who don't mind listening, because God, I've discovered if I submit to you, I don't have a problem listening to my lady tell me what's right and what's wrong. I don't have a problem with a supervisor. My anger isn't as high. So God, in this moment, you are my shepherd. I shall not want. I speak no lack over every area in our life. It's in Jesus' name. God, somebody listening to me pray right now needs to give their life to Jesus. So God, if it's in this room or online right now, I pray that you come into their hearts. I pray right now, God, that maybe they were brought here by somebody. Maybe this is their first time here. Maybe they were on Facebook or on YouTube and stumbled up on it and they couldn't cut it off. I pray right now that they would just say, Lord Jesus, come into my heart, make me over again. I confess with my mouth, I believe with my heart that you rose from the grave with all power in your hands. And right now, I am saved. Give God a hand clap of praise. Stand to your feet with me. I need your help before you leave and online. We're going to do a balloon release after church, and I would love for 100+ people to just come with us. And we do this balloon release right after church. We're going to be on the field. We have 100 balloons, man, so I'm just so excited about that. Also, October 31st at 6 p.m., we're having our fall festival. We need volunteers to help us. We need some cars so you can have a trunk or treat without no trunks. So listen, right now I think I only got probably 10 or 15 trunks. I need some more trunks, so these kids are going to demolish 7 cars in Jesus' name. So we need your help. Also, real soft for me, November 6th, Rock City Kids Youth Lunch again. I'm so excited about that. You can text NextGen to 28950, NextGen to 28950. I want to tell the team and everybody, thank you so much. We put a kids sanctuary in behind this building. What you don't know is behind this building, on the back side of this building is a room maybe this big in length, but not this wide. So we've been taking the last couple weeks, couple months, cleaning that area out. They've been renovating it, so by November 6th, they'll have a kids sanctuary where they'll be able to go to and have worship and all that stuff. So we're super duper excited about that. They have a little game room, some different things we can do. We'll make sure they have snacks every week, everything that we need to make our church one of the best churches in the world. We don't make excuses, we make what? I'm going to say it again. We don't make excuses, we make what? I mean, I got to church this morning and I don't know how it slipped my mind that it was Pink Sunday. I've been preaching it all week. I forgot to get me some pink. So literally we had to run to Walmart, got me this pink shirt, got me some scissors and cut it. Y'all thought this was a Yeezy shirt, didn't it? Man, this boy from Walmart, $9.99. That's why I got my Band-Aid on. I cut my finger trying to Yeezy this thing. We don't make excuses. We do what? We make adjustments, man. So I mean this from the depths of my heart. Thank you to every volunteer, to my youth ministry, my Next Gen team. It takes another level of love and patience to take care of other folks' children. So I just pray for you guys. I pray God to continue to send us workers who have a heart for kids, who just want to see our next generation go to another level in Christ. I mean that from the depths of my heart. So I love you so much. If you're giving today, you know how to give. You can text IROC with the amount you wish to give to 28950, or you can give. All my volunteers on the door, wave your hand. You can just give on your way out, place it in the bucket. We thank God for each and every one of you. Our church has been a blessing to so many people. I'm going to TSU this week. We're giving a big donation to TSU, to their school. I had a chance to perform there, met their president, met their vice president, and God just led me to be a blessing to them. So we got some things we're doing with them that's going to be a blessing, always been a blessing to so many people. That's what God called us to do, man. I believe that, and I'm just so uberly excited about it. Were you blessed today? Clap your hands then, man. Maybe you're watching online and you want to give your life to Christ. You can join Rock City from anywhere. You can text Rock Nation to 28950. Rock Nation to 28950. Y'all ready to go do a balloon release? Can y'all help me do that today? Every hand lifted, let's pray. Lord, your will, nothing more, nothing less, nothing else. It's in Jesus' name. And everybody said, we are Rock City. I'll see y'all next Sunday. God bless you.
What an amazing word.
Absolutely, man.
Yes,
I am so glad that you guys have tuned in, those of you who are in the room, that you're here today as we continue this series. God is. There is power.
Hey!
Oh, wonder working power.
Listen, we can turn the whole street up. Stop playing with me now.
All right. But when I think about okay, I'm going to leave it alone. But family, we want you to know that there is a privilege we have in being able to call on the name of Jesus. Somebody in the comment section, even in the room, just shout Jesus.
Jesus.
Come on, just shout it again, Jesus.
Jesus.
We love to be able to call that name. If you're watching right now and maybe you received Christ through that message, you're saying, you know what, I want to get to know this God that they're talking about. Do me a favor, make your next move your best move. Text home to 28950. We can't wait to welcome you into our spiritual family here at Rock City.
Absolutely. Listen, and we know that this is good ground. Our church gets an opportunity to do so much all across the country by way of the investment that you make. And so there are several ways that you can give. They're on the screen. You see it. I double dog dare you to get a seed in the ground and watch how God works.
Absolutely. Be faithful over your tithe and your offering. We say this all the time, but it's so true. You don't just give to your church. You really give through your church. You enable us to continue to do so much in our community and around the world. And also when you tithe, when you're faithful over that commitment to God, it's a sign, a signal to him that you're ready for more.
That's good.
I don't know who this is for, but somebody should just shout, I'm ready.
I'm ready.
No, say it like you mean it. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
I'm ready for more. When we're faithful over little, we can become rulers over many. So be faithful over your tithe and your offering on today. Don't forget, guys, immediately after service, we have our Pink Sunday balloon release. We're coming together to commemorate, encourage, and celebrate those who are fighting breast cancer, those who have won that fight, and even those who have been called home, who've been healed in heaven as a result of their courageous fight with breast cancer. So we want all of you guys to meet us. Those of you who are physically in the room, meet us out on the football field immediately after church. As you exit, you can receive a pink balloon. We have about 100 balloons prepared. So we want to limit that one per family. And so even if you have a family, a family friend, whoever it may be, who has dealt with breast cancer, survived breast cancer here on earth, or maybe was called to heaven to be healed there. We're coming together to celebrate all of that. So we'll be on the football field immediately after church, and we can't wait to continue this celebration as we bring awareness to the fight against breast cancer.
Absolutely. And listen, don't forget, last thing, October 31st, all roads lead to Rock City for Fall Festival. We are shutting down the entire west side. I believe that
the city, the world, correct?
Look, he said it, and speaking of the world, we had a group here from Africa today, so we want to show them some love. Listen, whether you're in the house or whether you're online, just drop Africa's flag now. The whole country's flag.
Worldwide impact.
Listen, worldwide. Yes, absolutely. Look, we will see you tomorrow if the rapture doesn't happen at 7:21 for Devo Energy. Listen, on behalf of Pastor Mike, Lady J, and all of us here at Rock Nation, we love you. God bless you. We'll see you soon.
Peace.